gotta come to the show. We got a show.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm Chef Morrissette. I'm the executive chef here at Fleetwood's on Front Street. Welcome. Alright, so all talking aside, let's get down to the real reason why we're here. I cook for a living. Welcome to my office. What we're going to do for you today is we're going to start off with some of my favorite things that I work with out here. Being an East Coast guy, you know, I love my scallops. Can't do frozen in the bag. I get them fresh flown in from Massachusetts every other day when possible. So that's a big thing of mine. And let me show you what we do with them. This is where your editing comes into play. Alright, so first we're going to start off with a couple U10 diver scallops. We bred from Massachusetts. Some of my favorite product that I work with. We're going to start ourselves off with a nice smoking hot pan. A little bit of oil here. When we're going to get that pan hot, we're going to move over into working a little bit of a mascarpone champagne risotto. Very decadent, very nice, creamy. It goes very, very well with that butteriness of those scallops working. So, as our pans are getting warm, we're going to start off with a little bit of our arborio rice. Rice working in the pan. And from that point, we're going to move over and get some hot chicken stock going. The reason I use hot chicken stock, I like to add a little bit of body, a little bit of depth to it. I'm not going for a vegetarian dish here. I think the chicken full flavor, and that's exactly what I'm looking for, to pair up the rich and buttery of that scallop we're working on. So let that cook down a little bit and just kind of get it to a point where it's going to be al dente for us. From there, we're going to check our pan here. Looks like we're getting nice and hot. Want to make sure we got a hot pan working these scallops. So from that point, we're going to take our two U10s. Don't be shy. Salt and pepper is the best thing you can find. Once this is nice and hot, we're going to drop those right in there. Okay, we're going to check our risotto here. Moving around a little bit. We're starting to get that reduction down with the liquid as we're watching our scallops from this point. You start to see they're kind of moving up their way a little bit, getting a little brown. That's exactly what we're going to be going for. Nice hot pan, always see that oil and smoke working. Okay, our risotto's getting very close, down to the point where we're looking for. Make sure you taste everything. I'm always tasting, otherwise how do you know it's supposed to be right? From there, we got a good texture, good consistency. Add a little bit of salt. Now, for my risottos, I like to go a little bit step farther. Some people use butter, some people use cream. Like I said earlier, I'm a big fan of throwing in that mascarpone. Pull it off from the heat, some fresh herbs, because why not, and a little bit of Parmesan. Okay, that's going to help bind everything together and give you that really creaminess that I'm looking for. We're just going to take it off the heat and slowly start working it in. As we look over to our left over here, our scallops are getting exactly where we want them to be. So let that kind of meld together. We're going to take our scallops here, we're going to flip them over. Go for that really nice hard sear that we're going for, caramelize it, get those sugars out of there. Throw myself a little pat of butter. From there, pull the heat, let them cook down on the bottom. Now, those pores are wide open now. So we got all of these open pores. That butter's gonna sit there and soak right into the inside. Just like we did last time, fresh herbs. Toss them in, and we're just gonna baste. We're gonna let that hot butter brown up, get that nuttiness, get those fresh herbs in there, and just let it go. Let it go. Something like this, if you can pay attention the first 2 minutes, you can't lose. So from there, we're going to let those sit. I'm going to cap them off for a minute, just to kind of let them steam themselves. I always go for a perfect medium rare. Let's get back to the risotto we have. Now that we've come to our final product here, we're going to move down to the plating side. Let's start getting it going. We're going to get ready for our plating. I'm going to start off with a nice little color today. We're going to go with a blood orange beurre blanc. Obviously, we're talking about blancs, our French butter sauces. So we did this one a little bit different. We used the champagne as well to pair up with the risotto champagne. So from there, we're going to put a little bit of that blood orange beurre blanc down the plate. Get a nice little color from there. Get our risotto. And just kind of drape it right along the back end right here. Nice and pretty, you know, good and creamy. You can see those herbs sticking out. Perfect. And like I said, we taste everything. We always know what all our flavors and textures are. Perfect. let's start working back on our scallops now. They've been steaming for about a minute or so. Like you said, we got that nice base going. We got that nice hard sear, nice and soft, medium rare, perfect, perfect. Bring them on over this way. Let's start getting plated. I'm gonna take my scallops, let them sit right inside that risotto. So I said that butter is gonna help kind of drip it right down. A couple things that I really like, a little bit of green peppercorn. The green peppercorns, they're dried, but they give you this really nice bite, a little crunch, and it kind of matches very well with that champagne. And some local micro herbs that we try to get as much as we can from around here. Put that right on top for the finish. We got ourselves a scallop appetizer. For a little over 3 years now. I did get here when they first opened the doors. Started as an AM line cook and just kind of got to feel the ground a little bit. And within a couple months, some lucky breaks came my way, and I was offered the executive chef position. And for about 2.5 years now, I've been running that position here, and I love it, every minute of it. You know, I do get some time off, and I'm not playing around in the kitchen at home or here at the restaurant. I love golfing. You know, I have a beautiful wife. I have a 2-year-old son. You know, I like to spend as much time as possible with them. We like hiking. We live on the ocean. We love going to the beach and spending time together. An inspiration that I get from creating new menu items to, you know, just waking up in the morning, coming into the restaurant. It's everything around me. It's the ocean and the beautiful fish. It's the colors of the trees. It's such small little minor things that everywhere you look you can find something edible. You can find something that has to do with food. It's the camaraderie of the kitchen, you know, of everybody working together, coming together to feed 400, 500, 600 people at a night. It's the 5 hours of intensity, and then the cold beer when it's all done. It just, you know, tensions are high, but it's all back to normal. It's just being, you know, part of this. It's something that I feel very adapted to. It's something that I couldn't do anything besides this. You know, and that is what inspires me every day to be the best I possibly can. What I feel it takes to win on Top Chef is just versatility. It's on the fly work. It's always a surprise. It's racking your brain and challenging yourself to every limit you possibly have. And if you can conquer all those, then I feel you can be very successful. I'm Chef Morrissette. I'm the executive chef here at Fleetwood's on Front Street.